Strength program. We're moving into week 2, and just a quick video on my observations so far. Everyone's doing a fantastic job, working really well, working hard. So a couple of things I want to point out to hopefully make this program a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but a couple of things that you can add in and do in order to make this program work better for you. Okay? First things first. One thing I've noticed is there's a little bit of a lack of patience. Okay, remember this. What we're doing is strength. It's not a WOD. Okay, so slow the movements down. If there's 3 reps to do, don't blast them out. Take your time. Make sure every single setup is exactly the same. So a bit of patience will go a long way. Once we start training WODs again and stuff like that and working fast, that's when this stuff will really come together for you. But what I want you to really concentrate on is getting the technique down and moving well. Okay? So that goes across the board. Apply some patience to what you're doing. What myself and Tammy are trying to do is we allocate you a certain amount of time in order to get that work done. Now, you should use up that time. I really shouldn't see people finishing before. If anything, they should be running out of time in order to get the work done. Okay, so use up the 15, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever allocated time we've given it to you to get those movements down. Okay? Number 2, and this kind of links in with number 1, learn the movements. And again, it comes back to patience. By moving fast, you're not feeling the movement. You're not sitting into the right position. For example, in a hang position, it's all about getting the weight into the heels and keeping the chest over the bar. Now, if you're just moving fast, you're not feeling that position properly. And what we're trying to do with the start of this program especially is bring everyone back to basics. So we're going to eliminate bad habits. Okay? So take your time. Get into the right position every single time. If you're unsure, look to a coach. We will help you, we will show you. If something doesn't feel right, really correct, and it's not moving smoothly, talk to a coach and we'll fix it for you. Okay? So, learn the movements and remove those bad habits. Okay? Because we've all picked them up along the way. And the final thing I want to touch on, is just because someone has mentioned it, hands. Because we have the bar in the hands so often, our hands are getting ripped up. So a couple of things we can do to make those hands will basically last the entire program. Okay? Calluses. If your calluses are building up, in the chemist you can buy this little thing. It's like a spud peeler, and it peels the head off the calluses. Okay, so you can keep those calluses trimmed down so they don't build up, they don't rip, they don't get sore. Don't trim them too deeply, just take a layer off and get used to it. But this is like $10 in the chemist shop, so grab yourself one of those if you don't have it. Because you're using the hook grip so much, the thumbs get a lot of abuse because it's a lot of weight in the hands. Tape up the thumbs. Okay, get yourself a roll of tape. We do have some tape, but it goes very quickly. Get yourself a roll of tape from the chemist shop. You can get it for like $10. Keep it in your bag. Wrap up the thumbs. Wrap up anywhere you might have a cut or a split on the hand, and it'll save you. It'll make it feel a lot more comfortable, and it will save the skin. Okay, so get yourself a roll of tape. And finally, a bit of a plug on some of our products that we have here. We're after getting in custom branded string wraps to protect the wrists. So if your wrists are sore in the rack position or overhead position, get yourself a pair. These we sell them for $30 from the office if you're keen on them. And for those of you that don't know what they're like, these are our string wraps, and we have them in grey, fluoro green and black. And the way they work, pretty straightforward, is they wrap around the wrist. They don't have to wrap on tightly to start with, but because the magic's in the last part. So you wrap it the whole way on, and you tuck the string in under twice. So it's nice and loose on the wrist now, but you just roll it on, roll it with the arrow, and then it gets really tight. Okay, pull the string in, and that's it. That's your wrist all nice and secured. Okay? When you're between your sets, you can roll it the other way to loosen it up, and it's not restricting the wrist. Really cool, really fashionable. So if you don't have a pair, grab a pair. 30 bucks from the office. Alright guys, so that's all my observations so far in the program. Just recapping what we've just done. Bit of patience. We're not doing WODs, we're doing a strength program. So slow down the movements. Learn movements, feel what's going on in the body. Make sure you're getting into the right positions. We want to get rid of bad habits. Okay? And look after the hands. Rather than the hands a lot, look after them. Okay guys? Video. See you next week.